Good morning, students. Today we discuss about the role of JVM and the structure of Java program. Okay, we already discussed about the history of the Java. Okay, what are the advantages of the Java? What are the different features of the Java programming languages? Okay, and also discuss about the object-oriented programming approach. Okay, now in this session we discuss about the Java virtual machine, Java environment, what are the different tools that will be come into the Java environment, and difference between C++ Java. Okay, when we read about the a new programming language, first we have to know about the what is the latest things that has been added in the latest programming language. Okay, and at the end of the session we discuss about the simple Java program structure. Okay, we in this session we also go for some practicals. Okay, now we discuss about the Java virtual machine. Okay, basically, as we know that all programming languages compilers convert the source code to the machine code. Okay, basically this same job done by Java compiler to run a Java program, but the difference is that Java compiler convert the source code into intermediate code. Okay, that intermediate code is also known as the bytecode. Okay, this machine is called the Java virtual machine, and it exists only inside the computer memory. Basically, it is the JVM that makes a Java a platform independent language. Okay, basically. What are the process, okay, during the compilation and execution of the program. As we know that Java is also known as compiled and interpreted language, because mm, during the compilation, okay, we can use the Java C. Okay, uh, it compiles the program, and after the compilation, okay, it goes to the virtual machine. Okay, then virtual machine code is not a machine specific. The machine specific code is generated, okay, by Java interpreter by acting as an intermediary between the virtual machine and real machine. Okay, so basically, what is the virtual machine? Okay, basically, Java object from framework act as the intermediary between the user program and the virtual machine, which is in turn act as the intermediary between the operating system and the Java object framework. Okay, so basically this is the part of the Java virtual machine. Okay, now we discuss about the Java environment. Okay, basically, Java environment includes a number of development tools, classes, and methods. Okay, the development tools are part of the system known as Java Development Kit, and the classes and methods are part of the Java Standard Library, that is also known as JSL. J stands for Java, S stands for standard, and L stands for library, also known as the application programming interface, that is the API. Okay, now we discuss about the Java Development Kit. Okay, it is also known as the JDK. Basically, the JDK comes with a set of tools that are used for developing and running Java program. Okay, it includes Applet Viewer. Applet Viewer is generally used to run our the applet program. Java C, it is a Java compiler. When we have to compile our source code, we can use the Java C. Okay, we can also see in the uh, coming session. Okay, Java, it is a Java interpreter. Java P. Okay, basically Java P is what? It is a dissembler which convert bytecode into program description. Okay, Java P. What is Java P? It converts bytecode into the program description. Next is the Java H. Okay, Java H is what? It is for Java C header files. Okay, next is the Java doc. Okay, it is for creating HTML document, and JDB, it is a Java debugger. Okay, such of these all of the tools are basically included in the JDK. Okay, basically we already discussed about the applet viewer is a tool of JDK that will be used to uh, execute any applet program. Okay, next it was the Java C, that means ki Java compiler. In Java we can use any text editor for writing program and then save the program with the extension .java. Suppose we have to write the program and we can save this from the abc.java. Okay, so that means ki any Java program having the extension only the .java. Okay, basically when we compile the program, the Java compiler convert the source code or program in bytecode. Okay, and interpreter convert Java file in the class file. Okay, next is the Java interpreter. Okay, as we learned that we can use any text editor for writing program and then save that program with .java extension. Okay, Java compiler convert the source code or program in bytecode and interpreter convert Java file into the class file. Okay, so basically this is the part of the Java environment. The JDK and JR is the part of the Java environment. Okay, now we discuss about the what is the difference between C++ and Java. Okay, basically C++ is also an object-oriented language and Java is also an object-oriented language. So basically, what is the basic difference between this? Okay, first of all, we discuss about the Java, C++ and then Java. Basically, C++ is basically known as the object-oriented language. Okay, but Java is known as the true object-oriented. Okay, true object-oriented language. But practically it is not possible, it is not feasible. We can say that Java is a partial object oriented language because Java also does not support many object oriented concept. Okay, next is the C++ supports operator overloading. As we know that C++ consists 46 operators in which 41 operators can be overloaded, but 5 operators cannot be overloaded. Okay, but in case of the Java, it does not support operator overloading. Okay, clear? Next, in C++ support jumping statement. Okay, break, continue and go to. Okay, but in case of when we talk about the Java, Java does not support the go to statement. Okay, next is the C++ has template classes. Okay, C++ consists different template classes, but Java does not have any template classes and in C++. Okay, C++ basically supports 5 types of inheritance. Okay, it also includes multiple inheritance, but Java does not support multiple inheritance of class, but it is supported by using the interface class. Okay, that means ki Java does not directly support the multiple inheritance. Okay, next is the C++ supports global variable. Okay, as we know that there are different storage classes, auto, extern, okay, static, register, such type of classes. So basically C++ support global variable, but in when we talk about the Java, Java does not support the global variable. Okay, that means every variable should declare in a class. When we write a program in a Java, we start also here is a main function. Okay, and everything has been written in the class only. If we declare anything from outside the class, then there will be no existence of such variable or such functions. Okay, next is the most important part is the C++ uses pointer. As we know that C and C++ supports the concept of the pointer, but Java does not support the concept of the pointer. Okay, next is the we have to header file in C++. As we know that C++ and C supports the header files, but when we talk about the Java have no supporting of header files. Here we use the packages. Okay, next is the C++ does not support multi-threading concepts. Okay, multi-threading means we can run multiple programs parallelly. Okay, but in case of the Java, it supports the multi-threaded programming. Okay, C++ next difference is The C++ uses exception handling, but having no any rich library for the implementation of the exception handling. Okay, but when we talk about the Java, it has a very rich library for the exception handling. It has approx 6 to 70 classes that can handle the exception handling. Okay, so basically these are the basic differences that has been a that will be differentiate to C++ and Java. Okay, now we discuss about the simple Java program. Okay, basically when we have to perform different types of programs and we write any program, then first we have to sincere about that what will be the basic concept, what will be the structure of the program that will be followed in the future. Okay, so then we go for the practicals. Okay, we already installed the Java. Basically Java will be installed in the C program files. Yeah, I'm seeing here. We start from the command line cmd. Okay, then suppose we have to use any system and you have to see that the Java is installed or not. Okay, so we can see Java C, that will be compiled. Okay, then Java. Okay, that it means that the Java is available here. Now we can use the program. Okay, in the beginning of the session we already said that there are different editors that has been used for the Java programming. Okay, like BlueJ or Simple is the Notepad. Okay, now here we can write the program edit. Okay, this is the IDE. Okay, here we can develop our Java program. Okay, first of all, when we compare with the C or C++, first we have to declare the header file in C or C++, but in Java we have to declare the package. Okay, how to, we have to import the package, import java.lang dot asterisk. Okay, this is the use for the packages. Okay, here it will be used to import the package. Okay, this is the line package. Okay, now after this we have to create a class. Okay, because as you know that C plus Java is a pure object oriented language. That means everything will be written, every piece of the instruction that should be written in the class only. There will be no existence of the any variable, any method outside of the class. Okay, so we have declared class. Okay, suppose class first. Okay, this is our first program, so we write the class first. Here class is a keyword. Okay, and first it should be, the name of the class should be a valid identifier. That means what basically, as we know that what are the naming convention of any variable. Okay, that should be followed by the name of the class. Okay, now we write public static void main string args. Okay, args. I will already explain about what is the meaning of public, what is the meaning of the static, why we read as a parameter as a string args. Okay, please wait. Now to display anything, we have to write in place of the printf, we can write system.out dot println. Okay, now hello, suppose Java. Okay, now close. This is the close. This is our first program. Okay, now we discuss one by one what should be the meaning, okay, of the each line of instruction. Okay, the file name be first with, suppose we have to save the program. Okay, basically when we write any Java program, basically we save, we have to save the program as the name of the class. The name of the class is the first. Okay, file save as, here we can write first dot java. basically Java is a case sensitive language. Okay, so basically we have to pay attention. That will be what write only the, if we write either the capital letter, then we have to save as the from the capital letter. Okay, the basically the file name be named with class name dot java to equivalent the class name containing the main method. Okay, it may be possible there are different types of more than one classes in Java. So basically in that situation we have to save, we have to select the class name which consists the main method. Okay, here we use the main method. Okay, basically in C++ generally we use the name of the function. Okay, but in Java we can say method instead of the function. Okay, Java is a case sensitive, so this program defines called simply first.java, not a small first first.java. Okay, basically a class in an object oriented term. It is designed to perform a specific task. A Java class is defined by its class name and open curly braces, a list of methods and fields, and a close curly braces. Okay, the name of the class is made of alphabetical characters and digit without spaces. Character must be alphabetical. Okay, generally the first character of the class name should be always with the capital letter. Basically it is the not a necessary, but it is the naming convention of the class name of the Java, because every in header sorry, in a package is also a collection of the different types of classes. Okay, so basically in packages all the classes, the name of the classes will be start from the capital letters. Okay, so we have to try the class name should be always started with the capital letters. Okay, the line public static void main, what is the this meaning? Okay, please listen carefully. The line public static void main string args shows where the program will start running. Okay, the word main means that this is the main method. Okay, the word main means this is the main method. As we know that the execution of the program will be started from the main method. In the same way, Java, the execution of the program will consists a single statement, that is the system.out.println hello Java. Okay, the statement outputs the character between quotes to the console. Basically this will be used generally for the display any statement on the console. Okay, the statement outputs the character between quotes to the console. Okay, so this is the basically the part of the what is the meaning of the simple Java program. Here the public means that means we can use anywhere. Static means that without creating any object we can execute such program. Generally in C++, when we use any functions or use any statement, then first we have to create an object. Okay, but in the Java, by using a static, okay, by using a static we have to not required to create any object of the class to perform any operations. Okay, now we can compile the program and save the program. Okay, now we already saved the program with the first.java file. Now save. Okay, now file exit. Okay, now here we have to compile the program and we can write java c program name with extension first, sorry, first first dot java. Okay, clear? It will be compiled. Okay, if it consists any error, then it will be displayed here. Okay, now we have to execute, yani suppose interpret Java and only the class name. Class name is the first without any extension. This is the statement that will be right for the to execute the program. Okay, Java first. Now hello Java. Okay, So when we have to here you see that what is the process of the compilation of the Java program and what is the statement that will be used to execute or interpret any Java program. Here in the basically there are two stages. First stage is the compilation and second is the interpreter. Okay, so the Java is called as a compiled and interpreted language. Okay, suppose we have to edit some code of the first.java program. So to use this edit, okay, now file name with extension first.java. Okay, here we come and go for that. Okay, suppose in the beginning of the session I said that the name of the class, okay, the name of the class will be always start from with the uh, uppercase. Okay, that means from the capital letter. Okay, it will be basically it is a traditional way, but it is not a mandatory way. Okay, now we can see, suppose this is the first one. Okay, class name is the first one, and we save this program with the first.java. Okay, here basically the name of the class is the first one, and the file name that will be saved, that is the first.java. Both are different. Okay, so basically what is the process to execute such type of the programs? So let us see. File save, now exit. Okay, now Java C. First we have to compile the file name. Okay, what is the file name? First.java. Clear? Compile. Now when we compile any file name, always we compile the program with the file name. Okay, that means first.java. Now we have to see that this file name having a main method having the name of the class first one. So basically when we compile the program, okay, then a class file will be created with the dot class extension, and having the name of the class. So what is the class name? First one. Okay, so then means after the compilation of the first.java, we it produce a class file at the name of first1.class. Okay, produce first1.class, and we the interpreter, that means during the execution of the program we use the class file. So what is the class file that has been generated by the compilation of first.java? That is the first one. So to execute the program we have to write Java now first one. Okay, now okay, hello Java. So basically this is the way when the name of the file and the class name will be different. Okay, okay, now we can exit. So basically this is the way where we can use our program. Okay, I hope that we understand better. Now again we meet on the next lecture. Okay, thanks.